Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's J Dean, Dean of Music. It's a snowstorm everywhere, so you better be watching because I know you in the house. But anyway, I am here to talk about, for rap, what should win the Grammy since it's Grammy weekend. Feeling godly when I walk through the building. I got it all from the confidence escaping my feeling. It's time to ball. All right, for this video, I'm just keeping it strictly rap. I'm not going into the R&B because I feel like Kalani should really sweep R&B. With Folded, to be honest, that was one of the best. That's been one of the best R&B records for like the past 10 years. Kalani and Chris Brown with Residuals has been like the best R&B songs in like the last 10 years. So I'm not going to R&B because I think Kalani should sweep, and I think Giveon and Leon Thomas, those are the two combatants for the R&B album of the year. But let's dive into rap. I got the nominations here on my handy laptop here, and we got best rap performance. You got the nominees are Outside by Cardi B, Chains and Whips by The Clips, Anxiety by Doechii, TV Off by Kendrick Lamar, and Darling I by Tyler the Creator. I'm actually surprised Darling I is really on here, but I love that song. Darling, I keep falling in love. Shout out to Tyler the Creator, who I think really should win. Okay, let me just state this for this video. I'ma say who I think should win and who I think the Grammys is gonna give it to, because I don't know if you know, but Grammys always, sometimes they don't really dictate the culture like that, even though I know it's a panelist of people that's supposedly supposed to be in the culture and know what's going on in the culture, but it seemed like for a reason sometimes they just get stuff wrong. Macklemore shouldn't have won that damn Grammy over Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Shouldn't have won that damn Grammy. Yeah, I said it. But who I personally think should win this category, I'm gonna really say Chains and Whips. That's very biased. If you haven't watched my top 5 albums of the year, then you will understand that Clips Let God Sort Them Out has been my favorite album in probably the past 10 years. So that's who I think should win. But honestly, Outside was a big record. TV Off was huge. Anxiety was also a huge record. I don't know if Darling I was big. I know I personally love that song, and I think Sticky bigger than Darling I feel like I heard Sticky more everywhere than Darling I, but Tyler fans love Darling I, which I love Darling I as well. Actually, this is a very great category. I don't think Outside by Cardi B is going to win, even though that was a big song. I think it's going to be between TV Off and Anxiety. That's personally what I think. Listen, the Grammys might give it to Anxiety. Anxiety was a big record by Doechii. Shout out to Doechii. Shout out to TDE for, still producing stars in this market. It's hard to make a star in this market because everybody doesn't want to listen to anybody new. So shout out to TDE for figuring it out. But they might give it to Anxiety. I'm gonna say Grammys is gonna give it to Anxiety, even though TV Off was huge, and I think they're gonna give it to Anxiety. So personally, I want Chains and Whips to win. That's my favorite song out of this whole section right here. But I think the Grammys is going to give it to Doechii, Anxiety. Now, best melodic rap performance. You got Proud of Me by Friday featuring Meek verses. Y'all haven't heard Meek verse? Please go and tune into Meek's verse. He went stupid on that. And I said this in a previous video. When Meek talk about that pain, he probably one of the best people to do it. For real. But Proud of Me by Friday featuring Meek Mill. You got Wholeheartedly featuring JID. No, not featuring. Song by JID featuring Ty Dolla $igns. And is his name Six Lack or Black? I call the nigga Black. Then you got Luther, Kendrick Lamar, SZA. Is it called We Made? I'm not very familiar with this song, but it's Terrence Martin, Keon Dixon featuring Rhapsody. I don't know if I heard that song. I might have to listen to that after this video. And then you got Somebody Loves Me, Party Next Door, and Drake. Now, who do I think should win this category? I think Luther should win, to be honest with you. That record was huge. Everybody loves that record. It's a fun record. That's what I think should win, and I think that's what's going to win. If we talking best melodic rap performance, I think it should go to Luther. I think they're going to give that to Luther. So I think Kendrick is going to win that easy. Yeah, that one was really easy. But best rap song, which is different from best rap performance. Best rap song. Oh, it's best rap song. You got Anxiety, Doechii. You got Sticky by Tyler, the Creator. You got TGIF with Glorilla. You got TV Off with Kendrick Lamar. Oh, you got Birds Don't Sing. Wow. Birds Don't Sing Clips. Wow. That's a heavy category. Shit. Who do I want to win? Out of this category, TV Off is my favorite song out of this category. So I want TV Off to win. But they might get that. I ain't gonna lie, they might get that bitch to Glorilla. They might give it to Glorilla with Thank God It's Friday. That was huge when it came out. Glorilla can make a hit. I'm telling y'all, man, Glorilla she's a great hit maker and a good songwriter. But it's 95. You already know how that song go. That song was huge. But I personally think they gonna give it to TGIF. Even though I want Kendrick to win that. So Glorilla is probably going to win one with that one. And then last but not least, right? Because they got another category on here for best spoken word poetry. I'm not going over that. But last but not least, best rap album. Let God Sort 'Em Out, Clips, Glorious by Gorilla, God Does Like Ugly, JID, GNX, Kendrick Lamar, Chromacopia, Tyler, Creator. Recently the Grammys have really gotten the rap album thing correctly. I agree with everything on here except for God Does Like Ugly. I wasn't the biggest fan of that album. I feel like if Wale album was earlier in the year, they would have took JID's album off. I also thought Freddie Gibbs' album was better than JID's, and G Herbo's album was better than JID's. There's a couple albums I thought was better than that album. So we already excommunicating that. And since I didn't talk about these on my top 5 albums of the year, I'm gonna talk about them now. Now let's get into the meat and bones of this. Chromacopia, baby. Hopefully that is not blocking me entirely, but Chromacopia, baby. This album right here, phenomenal. It's a phenomenal record, and Tyler makes it be known that all the songs is written, produced, and arranged by him. He lets that be known on the back. I don't know if you can see it, but he lets it be known on the back. This album is phenomenal from beginning to end, with songs like Darling I, songs like Sticky. What's another? Hold on, I'm about to look up because this doesn't have a track list on the back. Hold on, I'm looking up the track list right now. You got let me tell y'all something about Saint Chroma. Saint Chroma hits hard for me. And I like the way he wrote that song. Like, he started off the song like whispering, like he doesn't have that full confidence yet. And then when he finally gains that confidence, now that's when Tyler's actual voice comes out. That's beautifully written. And I love the sections of the song where his mom is talking about the light is in you. And then what's the singing part? I haven't listened to the song in a while, but it's one of my favorite Tyler records by far. I love the intro to this album. It sets the tone absolutely perfect. But I love the part where it's just like, and then the beginning where it's like Chromacopia, then it's the little marching. It's getting you set in tone for the album. But where you be like, feel your light inside, do you feel that fire? And for that song really relates to people that's ambitious like me. Like, you know you got something special in you, you know you got that light inside of you, and it's just like, until you get that spark and that light to show everybody that you got that light, then that's when you set shit off. You feel me? So I love Saint Chroma, and that might be the highest. That's the second highest streamed song on the album for Spotify basis. And then you got Ratata another one of my favorite records. Not one of my favorite records by Tyler, but one of my favorite records off the album, because it's just like, it goes from that Saint Chroma, like him getting that inspired, and it goes up, and then rat-ta-ta, just boom, 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 all in your ear. At rat-ta-ta-ta, bitch, I'm stepping on the gas. I will say, I think I like Chromacopia better than Call Me If You Get Lost. Tyler's 3-album run with Igor, Call Me If You Get Lost, and Chromacopia, amazing. It's amazing. And there are 3 albums that sound completely different from each other. And I love that this album right here, Chromacopia, was inspired by Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I love that because it's more personal. It's a way more personal album. Then you got Noid. The song is really Paranoid, but Noid is fire. The production is fire. Then you got Darling I, which I already talked about. Then you got Hey Jane. I really wasn't a fan of Hey Jane. But then you got I Killed You, Judge Judy, Sticky, Take Your Mask Off, Tomorrow, Thought I Was Dead with Schoolboy. Schoolboy did his thing on that verse. Schoolboy, you got did Schoolboy get nominated last year for Blue Lips? I feel like he should have. That album was great. Then you got Like Him, Balloon, and I Hope You Find Your Way Home. A very personal album, 14 records. Hey, maybe in a year I might call it a classic, because it's really only one song that I don't like on this album, and I will play this album like front to back. And it got hits on here. Sticky's on this album. And Sticky, you think Sticky doesn't sound well, like if you just heard the song, but it fits perfectly into the album. The sequencing on Chromacopia is amazing. The story on Chromacopia is amazing. It's a great record, and him coming to realize. What I really like about the record is that his mom apologizes for his dad not being in his life. Because if your dad is not in your life, you struggle because you don't know that 50% of you don't really know. So it's a great message to this album. I love albums that's cohesive, got a concept, and it's a great message to it. It's him dealing with the fame, dealing with everything, and then getting over that and finally understanding who he is. So Chromacopia was definitely one of the albums of the year. Now let's get into Glorious. I don't have that album, but Glorious was also a phenomenal album. I was worried because Glorilla seemed like a hit maker. I didn't know if she could really make an album, but let me tell y'all something, man. That Glorilla album was heat. It was heat. And what I liked about the Glorilla album is every song didn't sound the same. You might have had like 1 or 2 records that sounded alike to each other, but mostly it didn't sound the same. And it's big records on this album as well. It had a nice flow to it. I mean, it wasn't like deep or introspective or anything like that, but with a lot of these newer artists, they don't know how to make albums, because they just make a playlist and then every song sounded the same. But Glorilla had she had a nice variety on this album. She had the bounce record, she had some slow records, she had a gospel record on this album as well. So shout out to Glorilla. I fuck with Glorilla. So that's very deserving. And then you already know, man, I'm not gonna go over this album a lot, but you gotta let God Sort 'Em Out. I know what you're thinking. This do not look like Let God Sort 'Em Out. This is a John Sterling LP. I'm not gonna go over that too much. So if you wanna hear my opinions and thoughts on this album, watch my top 5 albums of 2025 and leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed that video. But I'm not gonna get too in depth with Let God Sort 'Em Out. But out of this list, the best rapping is definitely this. So I don't know if they're judging it off of bars or deepness or introspectiveness, but Let God Sort 'Em Out is the one. Now, I already told y'all I didn't really like God Does Like Ugly, so I'm already shooing that out. I don't really like that album like that. But let's get into the big boy. GNX, baby. GNX. I got this vinyl like a day before the Super Bowl. But GNX, baby. Let's talk about it. You heard? So this album came out of nowhere. I think it dropped like Friday, like on a Friday day at like noon. came out of nowhere. Wasn't even expecting it. It wasn't like no build up. We thought after the battle that he had with Drake that Kendrick was just gonna disappear, like, cause Kendrick's known to just disappear. So I didn't think an album was gonna come out the same year, but boy, when GNX dropped, that was a whole movement. And I like what Kendrick did. Kendrick did not put Not Like Us on the album. Because if he would have put Not Like Us on the album, it would have been like, what, 4 times platinum probably or something like that. But Kendrick don't be updating his certifications anyway. But GNX, the first album that's not that does not have TDE a part of it, album is fire, nigga. Fire. His least introspective album, his least concept album. It's still a concept in like production, but GNX don't tell a story like Mr. Morale does, or Damn does, or Good Kid, Mad City, or To Pimp a Butterfly. It doesn't tell a story like that. GNX is straight raps and hard hitting beats, and sometimes that make an album fire. You don't need all that deep shit sometimes. Sometimes you just want to hear a fire ass beat with a nigga that's rapping and a nigga that can songwrite. Now let's talk about Whacked Out Murals, which I personally think, well, Kendrick don't really do intro songs except for Shireen. No, he got Shireen. He got he got Shireen. He got Wesley Sterry. I forget the intro that's on Section 80, but I know Damn is blood and Mr. Morale is United in Grief. But Kendrick, Whacked Out Murals is his best intro. It's damn near one of the best songs on the album. It sets the tone. I remember when I first was listening to it right after I got off of work, because I didn't want any distractions. So when Whacked Out Murals, I played it back like 5 times, because it was like, okay, he all that talking y'all was doing after like the beef or during the beef and what people was doing, what sides they were taking, he addressed all that shit on Whacked Out Murals. Yesterday somebody whacked out my mural. That energy and make you niggas move to Europe, but it's regular for me, yeah, that's for sure. The love and hate is definite without a cure. Come on, my nigga. Kendrick blacked on Whacked Out Murals, and everybody always speculate about the line he bleeped out where he was like, everybody think he said I made a born sinner beg for forgiveness. We'll never know what he said. Only Kendrick know what he said, or Dave Free or Soundwave, whoever produced the beat and whoever engineered it know what he said. He might have not said anything. He might have intentionally paused, like didn't put a bar there just so people could speculate what he said. I don't know. Kendrick is a different kind of character. This nigga is very cryptic. And then you got Squabble Up. Squabble Up premiered in the beginning of the Not Like Us video. It had everybody in an uproar for like a month or two. Well, not like a month or two, because the Not Like Us video came out July 4th. This album came out, when did this album come out? November-ish? Yeah, November 22nd. So he had people in uproar for like 5 months about Squabble Up. You know, Gina from this, damn, I forgot the name of their show, with DJ Head. She was talking about the song. Everybody was talking about Squabble Up. Squabble Up came out. Everybody was like, oh, this is the second song on it. So it was already a vibe to it. But Squabble Up got overshadowed by Luther. Kendrick shot a video for Squabble Up. He thought that was going to be the biggest record on the album probably. Squabble Up got overshadowed by Luther and TV Off, which is crazy, by the way. But Luther is a great record. Man at the Garden. I might put that top 15 Kendrick songs, man. I deserve it all. You know what I'm saying? And you got Hey Now, which is also fire. Reincarnated. This is not a popular opinion. I don't like Reincarnated. I mean, I like the story. I like the concept of the record, but it's the same reason why I didn't like Tupac Made Niggas. I don't really like that beat. I don't. That's just personally my opinion. And before you get to talking shit, I'm a big ass Tupac fan. Quiz me, nigga. TV Off, fire. We already know that's fire. Damn, that's almost at 1 billion plays on Spotify. God damn. Dodger Blue, Smooth ass record. I love that record. He ain't even really saying nothing on that record. It's just fire. And he got Peekaboo with is his name AZ Check or Cheat? I don't know. Surprise, nigga. It's that nigga Check and Cheese. Let me FaceTime my op, bitch. I'm up the street. He got Heart Part 6. Like a little subtle jab at Drake. Like, yeah, I know you came out with the Heart Part 6, but this is my series, nigga. With samples SWV. I don't know how he got that cleared, but everything about that beat is amazing. And I love how he tells the story about how he came up with TDE, and J-Rock was actually the first one to get the deal and to be recognized, and he was just playing the back role, and then Schoolboy telling Kendrick like, yo, you the one. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then him talking about the legal situation that he had with Top. It was just like, yo, it's just business. And then him also holding accountability for why Black Hippie didn't work. So that's a great record. It's actually, I think that's my favorite record on the album. Heart Part 6, Man at the Garden. And well, I love the Squabble Up beat. That beat is crazy. But GNX, the album song, that song sucks. I can say that as clearly as I can say that song sucks. The beat is horrible. I know it's probably some real West Coast shit. I'm from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? From Buffalo, New York. I don't like the song GNX at all. But then you got Gloria with SZA, also fire, where he's talking about effect of his pen. Amazing record. This is an amazing album. And I don't know if I can't give it the classic yet because it just came out like a year and a half ago. I can't call it a classic, but it's an amazing record. It's an amazing album, man. It's only one skip on there for me. It had the impact. That's why I'm saying the best rap. I don't know who to give it to, because I feel like out of this category, Glorilla, Kendrick, and Clips had the bigger impact. Chromacopia was a great album. Don't get me wrong. It was a great album. Chromacopia got overshadowed by this. I think this album came out, I think GNX came out like 2 or 3 weeks after Chromacopia. It got overshadowed by Kendrick's album. Like GNX was huge, my nigga. But Let God Sort 'Em Out, that also had a great impact as well. I don't know if it had as big as an impact as GNX, but it did have a great impact as far as the rap culture. And then Glorilla also had a big impact because she had the hits on her album. So if we going by what I think should win, I think Let God Sort 'Em Out should win. Personally, I think Let God Sort 'Em Out is slightly better than GNX. Slightly better. I think the rapping is better on Let God Sort 'Em Out. The rapping on Let God Sort 'Em Out is incredible. I think on the production side, I kind of feel like I might edge Let God Sort 'Em Out on the production side, because I don't know, them GNX beats is crazy though. Squabble Up is a crazy beat. Like Heart Part 6 is a crazy beat. TV Off, TV Off is the first half of TV Off, it's the same beat. It's not like us. It's the same exact beat. So I want the Clips to win. I think they should win, but I feel like the Grammys is going to give it to Kendrick. I feel like they're going to give it to Kendrick. I could be completely wrong, and they might just be like, nah, Clips got it. Because I think out of these albums, Let God Sort 'Em Out is the best album. And I listened to all of these albums. I think it's the best album out of these 5. Let God Sort 'Em Out is the best album. It's been the best rap album to me in the past 5-10 years. I don't think I liked an album that much since like maybe Victory Lap, but I think Let God Sort 'Em Out should win. Grammys is probably going to give it to GNX, but I'm not mad at any of these nominations this year. I'm not mad at anything except for God Does Like Ugly. Not a big fan of that album. But there it is. Those are my Grammy predictions for rap, because I think Kalani should sweep the R&B section. I think she should sweep, and I think that Leon Thomas and Giveon is going to battle for the R&B album. But those are my Grammy predictions. Please leave a like and subscribe, and please comment if you disagree with me about any of the rap categories. and a Grammy list, but it's J Dean, Dean of Music, and I'll see y'all next video.